Hi, I'm Paul from Velo Works and Happy New Year from a frosty January in 2026. And I'm going to show you the first build that's going out the workshop this year, the first build of many that's in a big lineup. But let's have a look at this build, the specifications, and what I've gone through to put this lovely bike together. So here we have a lovely Scott foil, I would say an aero road bike. Carbon fibre frame, the customer has supplied hunt wheels, carbon fibre frame, the seat post is specific to the frame, and handlebars and finishing kit all came with the bike. We've supplied the group set, bar tape, and the love in putting a bike like this together. There's quite a few hurdles you have to overcome with a bike like this, because the main thing is, as you can probably tell, where are the cables? Where are the hydraulic hoses? There aren't any, because it's all hidden. And I've got to do some specific things to make sure they're all hidden and make sure that the bike functions with all of those internally routed cables. So let's have a look at what I've done to hide those cables. The first step to building a bike like this is getting the manual. And thanks to Scott, they have a lovely manual to back up this bike. So do some other brands like Cannondale, Specialized, and that helps me as a mechanic know where everything needs to go. I have a general idea, but me being quite fastidious, I like to do it exactly as the manual suggests, just to make sure, especially when you've got loads of hydraulic hoses going through the headset, it needs to be done properly. So the biggest challenge with the bike is threading the hydraulic hoses through the frame. So the rear one starts at the rear chainstay on the non-drive side, goes over the bottom bracket, up through the down tube where it's got some cushioning, some kind of sound deadening around the cable, goes up past the stem, under the stem, through the handlebars and out here. So it has to be done perfect to make sure, one, this bike doesn't excessively turn in one direction. If you pinch it too short in here, so the cable's a bit too short through here, the handlebars will tend to go one way or the other because the cables or the hydraulic hoses are too tight. So that's got to be done perfectly. They have to be cut perfectly. You can leave a little bit in the handlebars just so the customer can move the shifters up and down, but generally no mistakes can be made. So that's one of the biggest time consuming bits with this job. Also, depending on where the battery is, this one was quite good because the battery is just in the bottom bracket. So that was quite easy to run the cables from the Di2 battery to the front and rear derailleur. Sometimes it's in the seat post and that can be a little bit more complicated. But the biggest hurdle was getting all of the hydraulic lines through, all set up, and the handlebars on, and all the clips and everything put together. Very satisfying job, I might add, but just quite time consuming. So the customer has gone for the Ultegra group set, which you've probably already seen. I think they've gone for a 52-36 on the front chain rings and an 11-34 on the rear. It's all been set up in accordance with Shimano's procedures. The brakes have been nicely bled. I do like the feeling of this level of brake for Shimano. They really do. They're just a little bit of a level up from the kind of 105. Even though the 105 is brilliant, I just really like the way these bleed and the way the levers kind of stiffen up, or the brake levers stiffen up. It's just really nice, and a really nice bleed procedure. So it's a bit like, I would imagine, working in a Formula One environment, maybe. Not sure because I've not worked in a Formula One environment, but that's my kind of analogy. It's that once everything's set up, it should all work perfect. It's not like older systems where you've got a cable and the cable may stretch and there are a few more variables. Ideally, once this is all set up, fully charged, it should be good to go. You can do some adaptations through the eTube app to set it up or customize it to your specifications. But when you are building it, a lot of care does need to go into it. One, it's a really expensive bike and really expensive components, but also the jobs take a while. So therefore you need to kind of get into a bit of a meditative zone. And when you're threading things through bikes, not get impatient, because then you just wouldn't enjoy the job. I've really enjoyed working on this. There are considerations looking at the manual, making sure it's all done by the book. It's a little bit harder if some companies don't produce a manual. And like I said, I do love it when they do, because it just enables you to just say, yep, everything is dialed in as it should be. What else did we consider with this? The brakes need to be bedded in, so the customer will be told that they need to be bedded in. I've started to do that, but they just need to go easy on it for the first ride. They'll need to come back to have the chain set bolts retorqued after about 10 hours they've bedded in. And other than that, it should be good to go and ready for the non-frosty weather. The only other consideration when you're putting a Shimano group set on is the rear rotor size. So if you're having a rear rotor that's 140mm, that's fine. The caliper can just go straight onto the frame. If you wanted a 160, you have to have an adapter, and also the 2 bolts that hold on to the brake caliper need to be specific to the frame size, so the thickness of the frame at the back. So for example, this one is the max, it's like 35mm of carbon before the bolt needs to go through before it engages with the caliper. So therefore I have to buy the specific bolts and order them afterwards, and that's really, really important because there's some safety clips that go in just to retain the brake if something failed in that area. So that's a really important thing to consider, and they don't come with the group set, so they're kind of an aftermarket purchase. So there we go. I think I've told you everything about this bike. It was a really nice build, something that we do on a regular basis here at Velo Works, and a job that I really like doing. Love supplying people with quality group sets from the leading supplier of Shimano group sets in the UK, who's Madison. I love building these types of bikes, and I love the satisfaction of the customers picking them up. So all that's left to do is give it back to the customer and for them to ride it. So yeah, great bike, and one that I think they'll have loads of happy miles riding. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about what we do, please let us know in the comments. And if you have any interest about a custom build, you can get hold of us through the website. And Happy New Year for 2026.